Victory Road. A show that you did not expect to be good. Not saying it was going to be bad. I want to make this clear. I didn't expect Victory Road to be a bad show. I did. A TNA Plus, that's what we got. But it was better than TNA Plus normally produces. This is TNA Plus. See, it was about here. Above average. And nothing wrong with it. I'm not expecting these TNA Plus shows to be near a main event quality from a pay-per-view, but at least we get better quality shows than we used to get when it was Impact Wrestling. Now, I want to say I did not watch the kickoff. I did not see it. Not because I didn't want to, it's just, admittedly, I did forget. But not knowing what happened on the kickoff really didn't take away from what had happened during the show. And this show was good. It did have issues, mostly due to the fact of two things. One, Marshall Slamovich was not on the show. As you already know, if you don't know, Marshall Slamovich has been pulled off of Impact Television and off of Bound for Glory as of this moment now, unless they change their mind, which is 2 weeks away. Marsha is no longer on Bound for Glory. This is what I do know. I have not done the full research of what happened to cause the allegations of the domestic violence, of how bad it is or anything. I'm going to do a Gump report on that. Or Gump Goodness. I don't know which one. But it is obvious they have pulled her from Bound for Glory and Victory Road for that matter due to the allegations. So she's not there. Also, and we did get one person who is no longer going to be a part of TNA for a while. I'll talk about that in a moment. You already know who it is, but if you don't know, I'll say it in a few minutes. Opening. We got well, it wasn't really meant to be long. It's due to the fact of what happened on the kickoff show. Supposedly there was a fight on the kickoff show. And due to the fight on the kickoff show, Order 4 and the system had a short match due to a little bit of the Director of Authority's decision. Did I believe they needed this? Honestly, no. Because they're going to get Hardcore War at Bound for Glory. I didn't think they really needed it, but I do understand why they did it. Because if you're going to say these two factions are at each other's throats, you got to show them at each other's throats. And in this situation, Santino said, you got to get this out of your systems. Because I do not want you to interfere with Ali and Moose's match. Fight one another, and then you'll get it out of your system, and then you let your leaders do their business. That's fine. JTC came back. Johnny Dirty Curtis finally has returned. And he's the one who got the win over Hunch. Now, is that going to mean anything for JTC? No. Not really. No. JTC, not GTC. I'm thinking about... I've been watching Kamen Rider Dragonite, the old 2008 version, in the last couple of days. And JTC's on that show. That's the name of the guy that made me think of JDC. In other words, Johnny Dango Curtis. Or Johnny Dirty Curtis, I like to call him too. So I'm getting JTC and JDC mixed up. I'm sorry if I did say TC. My apologies. But I don't see anything going for JDC or Hunch yet. Not really doing anything. But it was necessary to do it if you want to make the factions really feel like they're important. And that's the problem we're getting in WWE and AEW. You're not making your factions feel important. I'm sorry, the Death Riders don't feel important. What's left? That division feels mostly important. But then they don't feel like they have a direction for the Shuafala and the badass. It doesn't feel like they're that important still. There's something missing. Maybe titles, maybe relevance. I don't know what it is yet, but that's what it feels like. This is just me. Next match. And let's make this very clear what happened. And I know that not everyone is going to care about this, but I made it very clear. When Dana Brooke left WWE and became Ash by Elegance, I said it myself. She is a comedic wrestler. Just like R-Truth was a comedic wrestler, and he's gone right back to it. I really wish he had not. I would have rather seen Ron Killings for about a year, and then you could revert him back to R-Truth instead of just throwing him back to R-Truth. I hate that. Then you got, well, let's make it very clear. There's one guy that really loved one person there, but he didn't fit the criteria anymore for what was going on, and that was Johnny Swinger. He was also a comedic wrestler, a good one. But we get Dana Brooke, who is now Ash, who is a comedic wrestler. She's been a comedic wrestler for a while now, and she's done a decent job. But now we just had her coming out in a leather jacket, some leather pants, some mostly high heel boots, and she comes out with her title, Serious. I could see it on the face. There's something wrong with her. I don't know what it is. We do not know. I just checked before coming online, throwing this online, this video, when you see it. And I tried to see if there was anything available on what happened to her. Nothing's been revealed yet. So maybe tomorrow we'll know what happened to Ash by Elegance. Why is she gone? But she made it very clear openly. I am unable to continue, even though I wanted to pour my heart and soul into this. After what happened where I came from before, WWE, I wanted to prove myself, and I poured my heart into this role and how much I love TNA. It isn't just a place to me, it's my home and my family, and it'll always be that. But I found out that something has happened, and I'm unable to continue, and I must relinquish my title. She didn't say why. She didn't say she was pregnant. If she was, she might have said that, or maybe she just wants to keep it private. She might be pregnant. I don't think so. She might have announced it. She may have a back injury. She may have something she just doesn't want to openly reveal. There's something wrong with her. The way she looked, something's wrong. I don't know what it was, the look in her face. I think I will be putting a few images in here. You could see it in her face. I know what Dana Brooke looked like. Ash. When you look at her in the face, she doesn't look right. She looks off. I don't know what it is. But she's off. And she made it very clear. Walking away is the hardest thing. She doesn't say when she'll come back, but she's gone. And now we get a battle royal to fill the void of her being gone. Now, I'm kind of wished that they had forgone the battle royal, but I can understand why they did it. But when you saw who was in the battle royal, we got Kiani Jordan, Cass, Jess, Ling Lang Yi, Leah Lang Ying, Zaya Brookside, M, Heather, another woman I don't recognize. You got Dana, Danny, not Dana. Danny Brooke, I'm thinking about, I didn't think Ash would surprise me enough that I care about her. Now, I'm not saying I hated her. I liked Ash, but I didn't think I would be like, after all these years, we've never really seen her get seriously hurt, that she actually had to leave the company to heal. So it upsets me. And I'm not expecting to ever see this video. But if Ash saw this video, how you doing, girl? Whatever's happened to you, I hope you get better. I want to make this clear to everyone. Let's hope she gets better. You may not like her, but you don't need her being gone. But Danny Luna was there and Jody Thread. But when I saw that Kiani Jordan was there, I'm thinking, okay, there's a strong chance she's going to win it. And a decent battle royal, wasn't bad. She did win. And I know for a fact right now that you're going to say, dude, this sucked. I'll talk about what happened in the main event. No, not the main event, but for the women in a minute. Let's move on. The Nimitz versus a hometown man and Matt Cardona. I think they didn't need this match. I'm going to be honest here. Was it a good match? It was fine. It was a good match. Did they need it? No. I believe they did not need this match on Victory Road. I think they could have done this on Impact. To be honest, I truly believe this should have been done on Impact TV. They didn't need it. Who won? The home man. Seeing that Ryan had the job to the hometown man doesn't upset me. He's a comedic wrestler as well. So I have no problem with him at all. It's all right. But the question here is, he got his mask ripped off again, and I think this is going to be a running theme with Cody Deaner, because we know it's Cody. We all know it's Cody. But this is the second time, 2 times now he got his mask ripped off his face. So I want to know how many times you think he's going to get his face mask ripped off. I say 5 times. 5. Might be more, but I think it might be 5. You guys tell me below. Next match, Santana versus Ridge Holland. Now, this is a match I knew needed to happen, and I'm glad it happened. It needed to happen. I'm glad it happened. Of course, I knew Rich was going to lose here, but this is not about incredible booking in the ring. This is about storytelling for Santana building his way up to the main event and Bound for Glory. He wanted to prove it doesn't make a difference who you are. I'm going to take you out. I'm going to win and become champion. I'm going to make sure my daughter never cries again. This is not about the amount of match quality, even though it was a good match quality. It was. Santana is a better wrestler than Ridge Holland. It's obvious. Santana's been working for 17 years. Ridge has only been working for 9. Doesn't mean that someone who's 9 years can't be better than a 17-year vet. That can happen. But you could tell he's more polished. Doesn't mean he's not great as a ring wrestler, and that's Ridge. He just went up against someone who's more polished. So in the end, Santana won. I'm not surprised. And yes, you did see a little bit of trick trying to screw with him, but it didn't work. But it's alright. That's what you're supposed to get. As I said before, Booking 101. It's not always the greatest match that makes the match and the story work. It is about building a match with some outside work, with some promo segments, with some emotion by the person. That's what makes a great feud and a great character, and Santana is that person. Next, Moose versus Ali. Whoever wins this match gets the advantage of Hardcore War. So their side will get the first person coming into the ring after the first 2 start the match. That's what it is. And this was the second best match of the night. It's roughly the first time Moose and Ali has ever been in a ring together generally. At least in TNA. And I felt this was a damn good match. I think this is some of the best work I've seen Moose do with someone who is as small as Mustafa Ali. And in the end, Ali won it, and I'm not surprised. Seeing the system win the match with JDC, I had a feeling that he would win. But it had to be in a way that made sense for the Order 4 to win that match and the person would do it. And what did we get? We got dancing girls that came out with Ali, which is something isn't uncommon. We got women coming out all the time. But we normally don't see dancing girls, belly dancers. And one of them is Tasha Steelz, and nut shots that bastard in the gonads, and that's Moose. That's why he lost. Fine. She will be in the match. She will be in Hardcore War versus Alicia Edwards. That's going to be interesting to see what Alicia Edwards and, well, I know Tasha can really wrestle well. And when it comes to Alicia, she has some moments where she's a good wrestler. She's usually average, but she does have a moment where she goes above average. It's going to be a big question what these women are going to be able to accomplish in Hardcore War. It's just the truth. The next match, Joe Henry versus Eric Young. Now, I said this before and I'm going to say it again. We're either going to get a Joe Henry heel turn or we will not. Yes, I know about the rumors of him going to NXT. He's going to leave TNA. I've heard the rumors. Until it happens, I'm not going with rumor. I'm not. But at this point, you see the match. You see Icarus and Williams coming to interfere with it and piss off Eric Young that allows him to be able to win that match against Eric. The question's going to be, where are we going to see the heel turn? Or when are we going to see the final match of Joe Henry? Because, honestly, if he doesn't leave to go to WWE, and if he stays as a face, he's going to be stale, and people are just going to go from here, and that'll be the end of it. And he will go from the main event here to the X Division. And that is where he's going to stay. So the question is going to be, which one is it? Is it going to be one or the other? If this one going to WWE is valid. Okay. AJ Francis versus Matt Hardy. Now, this is supposed to have happened during the kickoff where they had their interaction and he got put through a table, and that's Matt. So he's pissed off and he demands a tables match from AJ Francis, who is willing to oblige. Now, I know people are going to say, dude, we didn't need this, because honestly, why? I did not want to see at all AJ Francis in the ring, because I don't like him. I understand. But I'm going to tell you this, whether you like it or not. AJ Francis has been consistently doing good work in the damn ring. He's good talking outside the ring, but whether you like him or not, and he does have his moments where he botch, AJ has been solid as a big man in the ring. Is he here? No. Is he here? No. Now, this is average. Is he here? No. You could say he goes about here, above average. And there's nothing wrong with that. You can be an above average to average wrestler and be memorable. Look at Brooklyn Brawler. Look at Coco Beware. Look at Bushwhackers. All these types of wrestlers. Look at Ravishing Rick Rude. He was never one of the greatest wrestlers. He was a good wrestler, but he was never one of the greatest wrestlers. One of the greatest wrestlers isn't always the one who does the best work in the ring. It could be charisma. It can be mic skills. It can be their look. And in this situation, he's actually a good wrestler, solid wrestler, that's charismatic. May not like it, but I'm telling you the truth. And he did a good job here. Of course, Matt won because he's going into Bound for Glory in a tables match against the Dudley Boys. There's no way he's going to lose a tables match. He's got to look good. And of course, his brother isn't there because they're in Edmonton. Edmonton. If I pronounce Edmonton. I'm so bad at places and names. I suck. I suck. But let's move on to the match that I'm sure you're going to be going, this sucks. The Knockouts title. Indy on, and Indy did get nailed during the match with Kiana Jordan and Lin Langley. I know you're not happy. I know people are going to say Lin Langley should have won. Why again we're putting a title on an NXT wrestler? Well, there's something you need to remember. If you haven't forgotten. Indy Hartwell was going to face Ash at Bound for Glory. Now, of course, we know Ash is not going to wrestle because she seems to be injured and she's not able to wrestle right now. You forgot. This Impact, we had the Call Your Shot Gauntlet Battle Royal. Whoever lost, which one of the last two, whoever lost it would be number one. Who is number one? Li Yang. Sorry if I'm mispronouncing her name. Lin Yang Li is number one. Now, does that mean she can't win? No. I truly believe that she was going to be the one that was going to run through the gauntlet. Yes, you're saying a woman's going to make it through the gauntlet. Yes. Why not? A woman could make it through the gauntlet and win a Call Your Shot cup, just like Jordan Grace did. And she could go after the title after Bound for Glory to build her reputation up. Because let's be very clear, Lynn just did not have much build when she came in. They have not done a lot with her. But now that she was ceremonially giving a re-signing of a contract at Slammiversary, I had this feeling they were going to do something with her because of that re-signing of a contract in the ring. And this is it. I truly believe, this is me, of course, you guys can think something else, But this was purpose. This was originally meant to be the way it's supposed to be. She was supposed to win the Call Your Shot Gauntlet or go near the end of the Call Your Shot Gauntlet, and that would be enough to give us some really good reputation to do something. And now with Ash gone, I don't think the plan has changed. If she doesn't win the Call Your Shot Gauntlet, she will come very close to winning and staying at the end of it. That would be enough to make her feel important to go up against Kiani or Indy Hartwell. That's what I believe is going to happen here. The match was fine, yeah. She did get nailed Indy in the back of the neck by Kiani Jordan while she was trying to do one of a kind. But it was alright. Match was good. Wasn't great, but it was good. The best match of the night was the X Division Championship. Leon Slater versus Myron Reed. Boy, I am not a big spot guy. I am not. I like a well-rounded match. There's sometimes I don't mind high-flying wrestling and spots, but I'm not going to lie here. These guys went all out. It was that high impact, high flying. This is what the X Division was like back 20 years ago. How high flying it was. And here's the thing I like. When you watch the beginning to the middle of that match, Leon acted frustrated against Myron. Myron's been in the business, 10, 12 years. Leon is he's been working since he was 9 and he's now 20. Yes, he's been a wrestler for quite a while. He went through training when he was 9 because his mom allowed it, and now he's 20. Now this is the next day. He is now 21. He's been in the business for a long time. But you got Myron who's been in it just as long, and he's been doing it surprisingly as an adult, because there's a difference between a little kid doing it and growing up into the business and a grown adult who's been in the business and gets a different experience. And you could tell between the styles that, yes, they're very similar. They are. But who had more polish? It was Myron. In the beginning, in the middle of that match, Myron is a superior high flyer. And you can see the frustration of Leon that he's like, I can't beat this bastard. I don't normally do a British accent, but there you go. There. And I'm telling you this. Seeing that he was willing to act frustrated showed that, yeah, he's been doing this since he's been 9. But he's not as great as Myron. The young GOAT is a superior wrestler to him in several ways. And that's how the match went. In the end, he did win that damn match. Was there a couple of botches? No. The main spot they had is when they both tumbled outside the ring and that stun dog millionaire happened. It was very good. But in the end, I didn't expect Myron to win here. And that's fine. He did a great job. This just shows why they hired him, and hopefully they keep him for a while. But then we got Santino coming out, and he announced at Bound for Glory there's going to be a match for the X Division title. Who called it? This guy. What did I say? What did I say weeks upon weeks ago? What would be a good match to see? A good match, due to the fact he's now got that title. Devon Evans versus literally the X Division champion in a Leon Slater. I called it. I said one hell of a match that would actually be pretty cool at maybe Bound for Glory or something would be Devon Evans versus Leon Slater. This is going to be interesting. We got 2 weeks to hopefully build this. You will have Leon Slater go to NXT. And then you have Devon Evans go over to Impact. Hopefully. They will do this. They will let them cross over. And I truly believe they need this. Let's make it very clear. Right now, as I've stated, who is the more polished wrestler? Leon Slater. Who is the one who's had more moments than Leon, has worked with more important wrestlers than Leon, and now has shown more development, even though Leon's already had it. Devon Evans. Devon Evans, when it comes to talking, when it comes to holding his character, is now here. Leon already had it here, but he doesn't have it here. He's a great wrestler, and I believe he might be superior to Devon Evans. But each one of them has a strength and weakness that we're going to be seeing in Bound for Glory. So, was this a good show? Yes. This was a above average, easily, TNA Plus show. It surprised me. It was unexpected. And there's nothing wrong with that. Does that mean we're going to have great TNA shows for the next couple of weeks? I don't know. It's going to count on what they're going to do. But we'll find out. And I hope you enjoyed this Victory Road. Please give me a comment below. I do not know if I'm going to put any images in here. I'm thinking I don't need to. But if I do, I do. Peace.